All right, another Hockey Bones 101 class in session, I guess. For this one here, I want to talk about the goaltenders. And so I have actually three players here. There's a bit of a theme to this with my replays and such, which is I have trophies, awards, just tabletop awards, I guess. I don't have actual, physical trophies for them, but named after these three players, the Bobby Orr Trophy because he overachieved and won a scoring title in a league that included Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky, that being a shootout great teams of the past league. It was in a condensed season, but still, 24 game season. So I call my Art Ross equivalent the Bobby Orr Trophy. This goes for the overachiever. I know some people that they sort of, I don't know, turn their nose up or look down upon statistical anomalies sometimes in replays. I embrace some of those in the form of the Bobby Rousseau Award, which is for a player who overachieves, who outperforms the history of that player in a replay. I actually awarded that to an entire team in one of my replays, the 24-25 expansion Boston Bruins. And the Johnny Bower Award, I believe is what I call it, for just the most outstanding goaltender in one way or another. I don't necessarily always track goaltender statistics as closely as, I don't know, fervently or diligently or meticulously as some might in their replays, but I do like to acknowledge good goaltending where I notice it as I'm replaying something, and so I have the Johnny Bower Award for that. Anyway, that's really outside of the theme of this video, which is where I just want to have a closer look at the goalie card. Hopefully those are all, maybe I should zoom in a little further actually now that I'm having another look at that. I want to try to make it so that the dice are visible and the cards are visible. That might be a little too much. Maybe we'll go with, let's go with a nice 1.7 there. Of course, now that I say that, it's going from 1.6 to 1.8 now. So there, yeah, you have Orr, Rousseau, and Johnny Bower. Just move them a little closer. And so Orr and Rousseau, they're going to be the shooters there. The Bobbies will be the shooters on Johnny Bower. And should this be the roll that you would get here, a 1-5-4, this would be read as. So the 1 on the blue die, if you look here, that's equivalent to Bobby Orr's 1, and that is 1 under Bobby Rousseau's 2. So for Bobby Rousseau, because that 1 is lower than a 2, I can really stop looking. I know that Bobby Rousseau has taken a shot in range, has fired a shot in range, but with Bobby Orr, where the 1 is equal to this one here, I would have to look and just double check and see, what the white dice add up to. So, and of course, in this case, if the white dice add up to a number that's lower than 8, which it is in this case with a 5, then it means that I'm not going to, I need look no further, although Bobby Orr doesn't have a third number here in parentheses. Bobby Rousseau does. And so, for example, if, because, you can't really talk about goaltending without talking about shooting ranges. So let's say that we do have a 2-4 here for Bobby Rousseau. This would be quite unfortunate to have in a game situation because, again, this is equal to 2. So you do have to keep looking at the white dice adding up to 4, which is equal to the 4 here, meaning that you would have to keep looking at the red die, or just look over to the red die as well. And the red die being 1 higher than 3 means this is a shot that is out of range. I might call this as like hitting the crossbar or something during a game, although in that case it wouldn't technically register as a shot on goal. But let's say here it's a 3. In this case, it would be in range. So, and in the case of any shot in range or any shot that's not in range, I do have to still look to the goaltender. The goaltender does get involved on every shot on goal in the game. And you simply do a follow-up roll, basically. So let's say, for example, right now, that the 2-4-3 is the roll. So for Bobby Orr, that is a shot that's not in range. This was not a prime offensive Bobby Orr. Played only 46 games that season, so a bit of an injury-shortened season. And 11 goals and 20 assists, 31 points. This being the 67-68 season Bobby Orr. So what I would do then, again with this shot of a 2-4-3, it doesn't matter even if it's not in range or if it is in range. I still have the roll in Johnny Bower's card in either case. So I won't do a mock roll. I'll try to do a realistic roll. So yeah, so let's say 4-6-2 comes up here for Bauer. So I look over here in the 4-6-2, 4-6 there, you see F. F is a face-off. F is always a face-off. Anytime that Johnny Bower can roll this, it doesn't matter if the shot is in range or not. It means that Bauer has made an outstanding save and he's covered the puck. He's frozen the puck. and maybe knowing so, wanting to prevent any rebound or anything like that, and you have a face-off, right? F stands for face-off. And again, this is all explained. There's a game chart that goes over a lot of pretty much all of what you would find on a goalie's card, and it's one page, and it's all on there as well. But I will go through the symbols here one by one. Let's say again, going back to the 2-4-3 though. Let's do a couple of rolls here on Johnny Bower's card. So this time we have a 4-8-2. So I didn't shake the dice too well there. I get the exact same result. Let me try to shake them a little more here. Reach around the tripod. So we have a 5-8-6 this time. So we still have the white dice adding up to an 8. So yeah, 5-8 is still going to be a face-off. So Johnny Bower was pretty good in 67-68. Maybe I should have used a lesser card, but I decided, I was trying to think of who to pick out for this one, and I thought as kind of a theme, maybe I'll take 3 players that I've named awards after, trophies after, just to kind of, I don't know, a little more immersion and geekiness in my tabletop hockey replays. So here's what I will do then. Just go through the card here one by one. Now, up here, there is no shooting range for Johnny Bower, which I think is a sin. The goalie can't score in the empty net, but it's fine. I understand that there's such thing. Well, I mean, it wouldn't. I don't think it happened actually in 67, 68. I don't think a goaltender had yet done it. Maybe the odd puck bounced in off the defenseman of the opposition into an empty net, but I don't think the goalie was credited with anything until Billy Smith, at least. I want to say was the first. And then Hextall, of course, notorious for scoring into the empty net, and later Brodeur and a few others, but Pekka Rinne. So Bower here, again, this just shows his goals against average. He played 43 games that season. He was 43 years old and 68 as well. And these are just stickers that I've applied to the cards manually. I've put them on top there. I just get the little logos printed on sticker paper. So this doesn't come with the Hockey Bones card itself. The OE, so Johnny Bower does have the possibility of getting a penalty, much like a player would. And if we look on Bower's card, a roll of 212, and that would be a 2, because I'll try to show this in every video as well for the forwards and defense. So that would be kind of a rare roll, and the red die doesn't really matter here. I'll get into what the red die matters for here. I should eventually. So a roll of 212, that would mean a penalty for Johnny Bower, and you come over here to see if it's going to be a straight 2-minute minor, which, again, if it's a little blank, a little dash, a little hyphen, it will be a 2-minute minor. And the A would be a coincidental minor. So there's a small possibility of getting a coincidental minor. Bower, pretty gentlemanly, so he's not going to get a game misconduct or anything like that. His misconduct ratings here are 0 each. And this one here, this would be his assist rating. His assist rating is also 0. Now, I'm not sure if in my entire history of playing tabletop hockey, I'll be quite honest, I'm not sure if I've ever awarded an assist to a goaltender. Even if one was merited, I just don't think I've ever bothered. I mean, if that's something that you want to bother with, yes, occasionally, it's however rare that it is. Goaltenders do get the odd assist. That's just a little something that personally I've just never bothered with. But it is there, and Bower's assist rating is 0. So anyway, probably he didn't have any assists that season. I'm just guessing. So looking at his card again, though, we have here the 2. So a 1-2, this would be a roll of 1 on the blue die, and then the white dice here, you'd have the 1 and 1 adding up to 2. I should know right away. I should have a better idea of where that 1 is. Okay, so a 1-2, and again, we don't really have the red goes with rebounds in the goaltender's card. We'll look at that. I'm going to keep that separate from this. So here for a 1-2, it says RDG, and so what this is here is, if the shot is not in range and Bower makes a save right here, then it's going to go to his team's right defenseman. And I should also, before I go any further, I should qualify this with the cards that you have might look a little different. The goalie cards that you have might look a little different than the ones that I have. These are the classic cards. I have several sets of the newer look cards, but I've yet to print them because they're all from 70s seasons that I have, and I'm still replaying the late 60s here, season by season. So Bower here again, with a roll of 1-2 here in the dice, he would make a save, and the puck would go to his team's right defenseman. If it is 2-2, it says here PS1 actually. So PS1, this is going to be, I believe this would be treated as a face-off. I'll grab the game chart actually just to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure if this is a 1, it means a penalty shot. And if it's above a 1, you're looking at a face-off. I'm about 99.9% sure that that's the case. And just double checking here to confirm. PS if die equals 1, and then reroll. Yeah, if die equals 1 or 2, PS re. Yes, so different examples here. So correct me if I'm wrong about that, but again, 99% sure that'd be if this red die here is a 1, there's where one instant where the red die would come into play. Then this is going to be a penalty shot. But let's say the red die is a 4, that's just going to be a face-off. I just treat that as a face-off at that point. For 3 here, for a 1-3, so maybe you have, where's that 2? So maybe you have this, and then you have the you have the 1-3 here, like that. Sorry. Wait, what am I doing? Oh my goodness. Did I? No. 3 on the blue die. Wow, wake up. Okay, 3 on the blue die and 2 still on the white dice. Right. Okay, 3 on the blue die and 2 on the white dice. Here we go. Then your CG, kind of like our DG. If the shot is not in range, then the rebound goes to Bauer's zone center, the Toronto Maple Leaf center in this case. But if this is a shot in range, that G means it's a goal. And so there are a few different ways on the goalie card in which a goal can occur. And here it says F question mark and 1. And so how I would read this actually, Bauer's got some less common stuff in this card, I think. Frozen if the red die adds up to 1. And then also the question mark there, I would be checking for an injury. I'd be looking at the team's opponent intimidation points. I'd be looking for these. These could mean that Bauer is in injurious, hazardous waters. So yeah, that's with the F1. This is either that or maybe this is a face-off and then the question mark and the 1. So it could be that you're rolling and checking for an injury if that adds up to 1. Here, right wing. And so again, similar to the right defenseman, goal, center, goal, right wing goal. And keep in mind, this is with white die rolls of a 2. So these possible goals, these come up on rare rolls for Johnny Bauer. But, and then we have here 6F. We saw F earlier. It's a straight face-off. And again, that would be arrived at. I won't do this for every one. But should you roll a 6 on the blue die and then the white dice add up to 2, then you're looking at just a straight face-off there. I'll get to the red die more when I show where rebounds are on Johnny Bauer's card. For the white dice adding up to 3, it's a little different here in that you see this asterisk, which I believe in the newer cards is just simply lowercase font and not uppercase or capital. So maybe it's, hopefully anyway, a little easier to see and read. And this would mean here that Bauer has surrendered a goal again if the shot is in range. If the shot is not in range, then what this would be is the rebound is going to the right wing on the opposition. So the rebound's going to the other team's right wing. And then similarly here, and again, that would be with a blue die roll of 1. So if we get a blue die roll of 2 with the 3 and the white dice here, then similar to the right wing here, this is going to be either a goal if it was a shot in range. And so a shot in range, and I showed in range there at the beginning of this video. If this is a shot in range, and then you end up rolling a 2-3 here for Bauer, then that means that that's a goal. And if the shot is not in range, it means it's not a goal, but the rebound is going to the other team, to the other team's left defenseman. Different rebound than here where it possibly leads to a rebound shot. I should clarify that as well. When I'm saying rebound here, I'm not saying rebound shot. It's just that the rebound is going to a player, in this case the left defenseman on the other team. Oh, if that position is vacant, which I'm trying to think of a situation where a left defense ever would be vacant, I don't think there would be one. I can't think of one anyway. Scraping my head a scratch here, but actually that'd be better to explain once I get to the 4 here, which is next, I think, because 2 and 3 are the same. So let's say a blue die roll of 4 and the white dice adding up to 3 again. Here it's center. So again, if it's a shot in range, then which again would be lower than a 1-8 on Bobby Orr's card for normal shooting ranges, of course, defense, power play, shorthanded. There are, again, these are very highly customized, highly specialized, highly individualized cards. But should it be a shot in range and then Bauer rolls a 4-3, it means Bauer has let in a goal. But if it's not a shot in range, then this would mean the rebound and it goes to the center on the other team. And should the center position be vacant, which would happen in a 5-on-4 situation, should the opposing team's center be vacant, that's just a face-off. Bauer's just going to hold on to the puck there. So here, this is right wing, and just double checking here, looking at some stuff, seeing if that I've not overlooked anything. So here, right wing, it's going to be the same. Actually, this is the same of a 5-3 here as a roll of 1-3 that I showed and hopefully explained. And then 6 would be the same thing, except this is going to be the right defenseman. So again, it's a goal. If due to the asterisk and this being lowercase font letters here, this is going to be a goal and a shot in range, and it's going to be a rebound going to the right defenseman on the other team. And a rebound is not a rebound shot. It would just mean that the next 24-second sequence that you roll for, in most cases, is going to be on the card of the right defenseman on the other team. So with white dice adding up to 4, let's see, we'll do that. For a 1-4, this is going to be a really good roll. This is the equivalent of an outstanding save every time, and every time it's going to go to Bauer's left defenseman. I was going to say like right-hand man, left defenseman, and try to be try to be me, but it didn't come out right. So this is going to go to Bauer's left defenseman, and this will it doesn't matter if the shot is in range or not. This is always going to be a save, and the rebound will always go to Bauer's own left defenseman. If it's a blue die roll of 2, with the white dice adding up to 4, again, shot in range, it's going to be a goal. Shot not in range, this is going to be a save, but a rebound given up, and the other team maintains possession, and you're going to look at the left wing's card with the next action code matrix roll. Okay, center, I explained center over here. There's going to be some overlap here. So center over here, this is going to be a face-off if the center position is vacant. Otherwise, if it's a roll in range, it's going to be a goal on Bauer. And if it's not in range, then Bauer's made the stop, but the opposition's collected the rebound. In this case, the center has. Right defenseman, so this would be, again, I'm going to stop and show from time to time. This is going to be a 4 on the blue die and a 4 on the blue die and the white dice adding up to 4. It's the right defenseman here has possession, and this is a save for Johnny Bauer. And in this case too, with the capital and there's no G and there's no asterisk and there's no lowercase, this will be a save every time, and it doesn't matter if the shot is in range or not. Similar to the F, this just means Bauer's gotten a hold of it, he's hopped on top of it or pounced on it and gloved it down, managed to hold it or whatever, freeze it, it's in his pads, whatever, what have you, and there's a whistle, and the puck is not, gone all the way over the line. So, where was I though? So right defenseman, left wing again. If this is a shot in range, this is going to be rolled as a goal. If it's not, it's going to be a save for Johnny Bauer, but the left wing and the other team has it. Right defenseman, I talked about right defenseman here. So a 6-4 is going to be the same as a 4-4. White dice adding up to 5. Now let's do this. So we have like a 1-5 here. The left wing, similarly, Bauer will always make a stop here. It doesn't matter if the shot is in range or not. Bauer's going to make the stop, and it goes to his own left wing. Similarly here, with a roll of a 2-5, it's going to go to Toronto center. And again, if Toronto's playing shorthanded, correct me if I am wrong, but what I would do in this case is I would just freeze the puck because the position is vacant. You might paradise it maybe and give it to the center in the opposition, if you want to, but I would freeze the puck here. Right wing, I guess similarly now, if you're playing 3-on-5, then it would mean that Bauer has either frozen the puck, or if a right wing is available, a right wing teammate to hand the puck to, then that's what Bauer's going to do. And again, this is always a save. It doesn't matter if the shot is in range or it isn't. So right defenseman, again, if it's a shot, I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but oh well, okay, that's what this is. This is not meant to be, not all my videos necessarily are going to be anyway, but if there's ever a video that's not meant to be entertaining, it's this one. This is me talking to some paper. And so I think you should probably get the idea after a few, so I'll try to go a little bit more quickly with each one here. But the right defenseman here, so again, if it's a shot in range, and it doesn't have to be from the right defenseman, shot in range from whoever the player was taking the shot on the other team, that's going to be a goal should this roll come up, and I should show more, again, examples for shots in, range. So 4 on the blue die and the white dice adding up to 5, that's going to be a goal. Or if the shot is not in range, it's a save for Bauer, but the other team's right defenseman has it. Center, again, I went through. Right wing, I went through. F, I went through. LW, I think I went through. I mean, at this point, I almost feel like saying, like, I want to talk about rebounds. So if you have any questions, I'm just going to go through the card here and look for some anomalies. Um, but, fours across the board here. Again, pretty strong card. Bauer had a 225 goals against average that season. 934, I mean, that would round up to 935. Save percentage. 43 years old. 43 years old. That just makes my stomach growl a little bit for whatever odd reason. Remarking at the fact that Bauer was 43 and had a 225 goals against average and a 935 save percentage. Anyway, so looking here, again, I'm not seeing anything unusual other than the R, which I know I've not talked about yet, so time to do that now. Let's say, and we'll show here how we would arrive at this. So in row 7 here, 7, so the white dice add up to 7. And let's see if it's a 1. Then Bauer has made a save here. You can count this as a save. Even if it's a shot in range, you can still count this as a save. However, Bauer's given up a rebound, and here there is a possible rebound shot. Before you can determine whether or not there's a rebound shot, you have to also look at Bauer's own defense in this case, and you would look at these clearing ratings. Bobby Orr has a clearing rating of 3, and Bauer's, pair of Toronto defense presumably would have a clearing rating. Not every defenseman does have a good clearing rating, but logically, but you would check there, and there is a table over here on this one-page game chart. It's right there, the clearing table, to see if whether or not the opposition is going to be able to take a shot. That's also compounded by whether or not the opposition has a player who can screen, which lowers the dice range that you need to roll. But again, that's a little beyond the scope of this video. So getting back to this, if it's a set, the white dice adding up to 7 and the blue die roll of 1, then Bauer's made the save, but he's given up a rebound. And if you want to see who the rebound is to, you look at the red die. Here, 4, it would mean that the rebound is bouncing over to the opposition left defenseman. Let's say that goes to Bobby Orr. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 5, it's just going to go to, in the Bauer's case here, the left wing, center, right wing, and right defenseman on the opposition respectively. And again, you're going to check Bauer's, the clearing ratings, the combined clearing ratings of Bauer's own defense, and then roll and check on the clearing table to see if the defense have not been able to clear the puck and prevent the rebound shot from being taken. But should there be a rebound shot that is taken, after everything is said and done, if the defensemen are unable to clear it, then it just reverts back to if it's going to be a shot on goal in range. And maybe you can modify that, do a little house rule, and assume that a player would have a higher range in a rebound shot. I don't, but I could see there being a possibility for that if you wanted to play around and experiment a little bit. But again, with you never really know. Like, rebounds can vary. Sometimes the goalie's out of position. Sometimes the player's out of position and can't really get a good shot off. So I can understand there not being that either. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the 6, because the 6 is a little different here. And I'll be honest with you, this is some of the things when I was first learning the game. I remember asking about this in Delphi, having it answer well for me, probably by the Doc Savage there, Dave. When there's a 6, you re-roll, and it sounds a little more complicated until you realize that what this does, this red 6 basically is enabling forwards logically to pick up rebounds, and have potential rebound shots more often than the defense do. So your forwards, your higher shooters, more likely to get shots this way. If you look here, so if you get the red 6, you have to re-roll. So I'll do an example here. So I re-roll, I get a 1. Okay, so that's going to go to the center on the other team for a possible rebound shot. If it's a 2 on the second roll, it's going to be the opposition right wing, left wing, center, and right wing respectively. So each forward there for the opposition slotted in there twice. And they could possibly have a rebound shot. I should mention as well that in a 24-second sequence of time, you can't have multiple rebounds. And I understand why that is as well. It's one of those things. You can't have multiple rebounds. No, you can't, because the game could then progress infinitely. That reminds me of playing 5 dice, and there's a reason why Martin Kay has with the white dice roll of 1 or 2, you can't have on the turnover. I mean, you can't have infinite follow-ups of turnover after turnover. Anyway, I'm getting away from talking about this. So Rebound here again with 1, 7. So these will happen from time to time. White dice adding up to 7. 1 in 6, I guess, are the odds there. But not quite 1 in 6, because the way that the action code matrix here works on the goalie and player cards, the white dice add up to 7, but in only 3 cases out of 6, so only half the time. The 1 in 6, but then you have to divide that in half. Will Bauer make a save but give up a possible rebound shot to the other team? Other than that, I'm not seeing anything else here that's too unusual. And again, feel free. You can ask me a question publicly in comments. You can ask me a question privately through email. You can go over to the PT Games forum, the threads over on the Delphi PT Games, Delphi. What order am I trying to put those words, those terms, those names, those labels in? Anyway, I will link to it in the description to this video, and you can go over there and ask questions as well, as I do from time to time. So other than that, because I talked about penalties. This one here, X1. So this would be a penalty if the red die roll is 1, and if the red die roll is above 1, I treat that as a face-off. I'm pretty sure that's the way that it's done. Now, I have to be careful, my own interference, my own sort of customized, personalized ways of playing these hockey games. I fully admit and allow that I could be overlooking something, but I'm pretty darn sure that basically this is just going to be treated as face-off. Like similar to with a skater, if the condition is not met, it's an interception. With a goalie, if a condition is not met, it's face-off. So I think I know this video is shorter than the other ones, but I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing that I looked at here, 'cause I think I've only ever done this once, but for penalty shots, there is the 1-2 there, and I don't know. I'll just be honest, I just don't know, because I come over to the instructions here on page 9, and sorry that these are a bit marked up with my chicken scratch and scribbles and questions that I might have had at the time. Penalty shot shooting range. Shooting on a penalty shot, the range for all players is 3-6. If the shot is in range, it is a goal. If the shot is not in range, the goalie makes the save. And that's it. And then it does say the shootout mechanism can be used to resolve penalty shots. And I'll just show really quickly, because I don't do shootouts, I play hockey. So, but it's here. If you do shootouts, if you don't want to play hockey and you want to do a shootout instead, then power to you. It's not, affecting me negatively in any way. You can go right ahead to your heart's desire. And there is the shootout to table here, which I guess this would make a little bit more sense than here for the 2, the 1, the 0, and the 1 and the 2. I presume, because I've not done it, but I presume, I guess if you want to use that table, Bauer is a 1 or a 2, I guess, the penalty shot, and maybe adjusted by the shooter. That's something that, again, I don't know, so I'm not going to pretend to, but I will show you that it is there. It's in the instructions, which you can get with the core game, which honestly costs next to nothing, even when it's at a regular price, and it's discounted, offered at a discounted rate pretty frequently enough as well. So there is that. So yeah, I don't think, again, I want to triple check this now. I'm looking, FG, if I've not talked about FG, and I don't think I have, so okay. FG here, this would be arrived at with a blue die roll of 3 and the white dice adding up to 12. So this is going to be another rare 1. If the shot is not in range, then the result is Bauer has made a save and there is a face-off. If there is a shot that is in range, then Johnny Bauer has surrendered a goal in this case. And here, just to reiterate, this is going to go to Bauer's own left wing. The rebound is, or here in this case, his left defenseman. And if it's a shot that is, or if it's a shot that's not in range, I mean, it's going to go to his left defenseman or his left wing. If it is a shot in range, speak the English. If it is a shot that is in range, then it's going to be a goal, right? That G would indicate that Bauer's let in a goal. So I think what I'll conclude with then this time is I'm just going to do some example play and just kind of show. So let's say we'll do a little shootout right now. We're going to do some driveway hockey. Bobby Orr and Bobby Rousseau up against Johnny Bauer. Let's see what we get. So Bobby Orr here is going to take the shot, and whoa, he fires wild, and I even want to say why, but 6'8", definitely not in range. But even though it isn't in range, we're going to come over to Bauer's card anyway. I do like that the goalie gets involved in every play, and so we get to see now if Bauer can manage to somehow curtail or corral the puck to his defenseman, or if Bauer's rebound control and the defense rebound control is not great, and it's going to go back to the other team. So Bauer here, the 1-9. So we look at the 1-9 here over in Johnny Bauer's card, and that's his left defenseman. So Bauer's not only made the save, and again, I'm getting that 1 from the blue die, and the 9, the white dice add up to 9. That's going to go to Bauer's own left defenseman. And we'll try another one here. We'll let Bobby Rousseau take a shot here on. And sorry, I know my hands and skin's quite dry from being out in the cold. And my newfound love of just going outside and sitting somewhere and reading books and cradling a warm cup of coffee, take-out coffee while doing so. Anyway, more than you needed to know. In the new year, it's something I'm trying. So as part of, try to keep with the resolution and reading some reading goals. Anyway, so 4-10-6. So Rousseau has not fired a shot in range anyway, but it doesn't matter. Let's see what Bauer and Toronto can do trying to handle the rebound. This time we get a 3-7. 3-7 on Bauer's card. Look at that. He's given up a rebound. So let's assume just hypothetically that, okay, so Orr's clearing rating is a 3. Let's say we have 2 equivalent defense for clearing, at least on the Maple Leafs, and the clearing rating adds up to 6. And let's say as well, so we don't complicate it too much, that the opposition doesn't have anyone who can screen. Because again, with that 3-7, you see the R, so Bauer's given up a rebound here. Who does it go to? It goes to 5, right defenseman. Let's assume Bobby Orr's the right defenseman. And what's that puck magnet? Let's use JG's head here. And so Bobby Orr there with the puck. And it's better than an Energizer battery or anything else within arm's reach right now. And so the Toronto defense are going to roll to clear. So let's assume the Toronto defense, how does that even happen? That happens more often than it should. The Toronto defense, let's say that their clearing rating adds up to 6 and there are no modifiers. No one on the opposition can screen. Well, I've just rolled a 4-6-1. So I'm going to come over here. 6, it says 212. Or sorry. 6, it says, if you can see it there, because I'm zoomed in here, I got to remember. So 6 there, it says 312. 4-6-1 is higher than 312. So that would mean in this case, again, if the clearing rating is a combined 6, right? 3 plus 3, assuming that Toronto has 2 defense, each with a clearing rating of 3. Sorry, I'm assuming a lot here. Then it's going to be a rebound. The result is going to be a rebound. And from that red 5 on the roll previous, it does mean, again, the 5, it goes back to the defenseman. So we'll say that Bobby Orr has a follow-up shot. Or with the 6-12-6. Oh, bravo. That's that. You know what it is? Orr's been injured for a few games in my 68 replay. So he's got to... He's got to get his timing back, I guess. He is actually scheduled to play in Boston's 7th game in the schedule. He is due back, is Bobby Orr. So anyway, let's just, Bobby Rousseau. Okay, so this is not a range here. This is a roll of 110. This is not a range for Bobby Orr, circa 68, but this is in Bobby Rousseau's range. So let's go to him now. This is a shot in range. Let's see, has Bobby Rousseau scored? Has Johnny Bauer made a big save? Battle of the award winners. No, the award's named after them. They did win their awards originally, but that's why they're named after them. One of the reasons. Anyway, so a 4-9 there rolled in Johnny Bauer's card. And the 4-9, the right wing, so it doesn't matter that Bobby Rousseau is taking a really good shot that's in range. A dynamic shot that would fool a lesser goaltender. But Johnny Bauer is all over it. Now you see it, now you don't. Bauer's made a save. Not only has he made the save, that's going to go to his own right wing. And that is one thing that I do like to track during games is saves made on shots in range. It was like all that Bauer did during one critical overtime when I did a replay of best of 7 of Chicago, who were just incredible that year. 67, not 68, and Toronto. Anyway, so 2-6 this time. That's going to be out of the range of either player. But again, the range doesn't matter. We go back over to Bauer's card, and we get a 6-7. So Bauer's giving up another rebound here. His rebound control not so good in this one. And let's do that clearing roll. So we're doing some mock play here now with a 3-4, assuming that the clearing is a 6 again. We come over here and a 3-4 is lower than a 3-12. So can you see that? So what that means, who does the puck go to on Bauer's team? Well, let's look at the red 6. We'll assume maybe that Bauer, I can't remember what the red die was in the roll before. Let's say that Rousseau had it. You'd look to 6 here on Rousseau's card. This column here on the right side of skater and goalie's cards basically always corresponds to the red die. Just to let you know who has the puck next. So in this case, unless it's a power play or penalty kill situation, let's assume for this simplicity, it's even strength here, it's going to go to the center on Toronto. in this case. So Toronto center, it's going to be Keon Allman or Andy Bathgate since Toronto redrafted him. By the way, if you're right now, you're like, Bobby Rousseau doesn't play for Detroit. You are right, except in my 68 Eternal 6 league. Montreal passed Rousseau over in the draft, so he ended up being taken by the Detroit Red Wings, where in real life he ended up with another original 6 team, the New York Rangers, before long, by the early 70s at least. So, yeah, he still played with Montreal in 70, so yeah, it would have been at least a season after that. So I'm trying to think what else here, if there's anything that I really need to kind of show or demonstrate. Statistical information there at the bottom. And again, these are the classic old look cards. I add these stickers manually after the fact. That's why they're on there a little crooked, you know. And okay, though it kind of helps me, especially because I redrafted the league. I want to see that, you know, Rousseau doesn't play for Montreal, but does in fact play for Detroit. And Bauer, of course, is Toronto through and through. So any questions that you have, again, I think I already stated it, but I'll repeat it here. You know, privately at Hockey I'm Real, publicly in a comment to this video, or go over in Delphi like I do when I have a question about Hockey Bones, because much as I love this game, I don't claim to be an expert, and I still have questions from time to time about this game. And sometimes I just come up with my own way of, you know, play. I do a lot of improvisation, actually, when I play tabletop hockey games. So I go with what makes sense to me. I encourage you to do the same, especially if you watched and have followed hockey enough and you kind of know the sport enough. I think hockey should be fast, and so sometimes I just, like, in the interest of just streamlining things, you know, just being a little more straightforward and keeping the game flowing and playing hockey. It's a fast-paced game. So all right, anytime, any consideration you give to any video like this or any other, I thank you for it, and bye for now.